got Anel Annandale, who is an educational psychologist, helping us unpack this crazy time in a young person's mind. And of course, just giving her an education in the way that TV works. My microphone going out there. But Anel, this is obviously a very confusing time and can be quite traumatic, but I think it's important not to put too much weight on this, as it's not the be-all and the end-all.
Absolutely. There's so many other things that come into play. So much of your personality factors, the way that you handle yourself in a situation as well. Are you motivated enough to actually, just get through it, to go to the next step? All of those things are just as important.
So how do we broach this morning if we're about to get our results? What is your advice for those young people about to get, having gone through it yourself? I think all of us have tasted that. What is your advice for those learners getting their results today?
I think to really focus on the future ahead and not so much on the actual results today. It's about starting a whole new life and to be positive about what it is that you eventually want to achieve in your life.
Now, so much stock is put on for those that are wanting to continue their studies on, again, being all definitive about tertiary education. And I've got some very interesting statistics here. One being only 27% of students who study full-time finish their degree in the time allocated. So it's a whole new journey and a whole lot of new pressures. And this one is incredibly important. Up to 55% who begin studies do not graduate. Now, what does that say to you?
I think so many people just start off doing the wrong thing before they really know what it is they really want to do, and halfway through your studies decide it's not exactly what they want to finish off doing.
Is that a bad thing?
No, I think it's very good to realize that it's normal. Try and take as much time before you can to try and figure yourself out. But if you find yourself midway through a course and you decide it's really just not what you want to do, take a little bit of time off again and try and figure it out. Try another course.
I suppose a lot of this speaks to the external pressures from parents, from family, your social set. I know that was a big pressure for me. I had a lot of my mates were very financially orientated. A lot of them were going into study CA degrees and things that I just wasn't interested in. If I'd made that mistake of following those kind of peer pressures, it would have been a very big mistake. How do we as a young person deal with those pressures? How do you go to your parents and say, this is what I want to do, and not just take your lead from all of those external messages?
I think the most important thing is to figure out for yourself first what you want to do. Because once you know that, you can actually go ahead and you can go and address those. Once you are completely sure of yourself and this is the route you want to follow, it's easier to stand up to those pressures.
Now, there is this battle waging on in a young person's mind of, you want to make money, you want to be a success, but also you want to be fulfilled. And, it's very easy from my perspective, having gone through 20 years of my career, to say now that I'm doing something that I love. But it's taken me a while to get to this point. How do we go about selecting that long-term career?
Most importantly, don't chase the cash. Do what you love and it'll all work out. You might not bet as much money as some of your peers, but you'll definitely be more fulfilled. And what I've found is that when you're really into something, you'll put all the effort and all your time into it, and eventually you will make a success of it. So forget about the cash, do what you want.
Follow your heart. And I'll thank you so much. Really, really wise words there. So all of you out there, no matter what results come in today, make sure that you approach it calmly and know that there are support structures out there. This is a time for you to actually rejoice. Your life is yours now. You can start beginning an incredible new life just for you. We're going to take a very quick break and the show continues.